Sinamkele futhi ku-Sports View. Now, the world of business of sport is so wide and varied. Some 200 varied types of sports with billions are being played by a lot of people on a daily basis. It comes as no surprise then that a sports show is currently being planned in South Africa. Let's have a look.
Exhibitions or sports shows remain to be a vital part of the business of sport. An example of this is ISPO in Munich, which draws about 80,000 professionals from some 100 countries over 4 days. This is where leading trends and innovations in the world of sports are exposed. Celebrities such as ex-Springbok captain Corné Krige is committed to making the new sports show one of the best on the continent of Africa.
The sports show is one of a bit of an ambassador, and I think my belief in the sports show is the fact that we're such a rugby mad nation, a sport loving nation, a soccer loving nation. We love sport, and sport's a bit of a religion for us in South Africa,
For solo adventurer Rian Manser, life's greatest challenge is finding global journeys no human has ever accomplished.
I think one thing, today at this launch of the sports show, Corné spoke about, not being too emotional when it comes to leadership, because, we're all humans, bottom line, and we shouldn't mix up the emotional side of leading with actually leading. But the one thing that does make the world evolve and grow is emotions.
In 2003, he set out to achieve what no one believed possible: cycle around the entire African continent.
Camel's not a good thing. That's a bad sign, isn't it?
Alone and completely unaided, Rian's epic 37,000-kilometer journey took him through some of the most dangerous territories on earth.
The beauty about sport is it lets you cry one day, it lets you laugh one day, it lets you jump up and down one day. Music is the thing that comes probably the closest.
Well, yeah, in any sport there's a lot of preparation and practice and time it takes to achieve success. So I think with this sport, with a sports show, it's been a lot of planning and a lot of work behind the scenes to make it a reality. Same with any sport, like to become a professional rugby player, soccer player, motorcycle rider. Let's say you got to spend 10,000 hours doing something that you love or something that you want to achieve at before you can say, now I can actually do it. So yeah, for myself and all the other sportsmen that have achieved in what they do, I think they've put their time in, definitely.
The new sports show will not only be about exhibiting, it will also entertain.
I think many times when people have followed my journeys and seen what I've gone through, I can entertain and I can tell great stories. But there's still three things that always hit home to me, and that's the thing of courage, of actually taking something on. We're a culture like around the world, people sitting around fires with the beer in hand, talking about things but not actually doing them, So I think courage is the actually doing part, and then perseverance to see things through, because things aren't always easy. They actually end up being more difficult than you imagine it to be. So perseverance just helps you get through that, and then sure, without a doubt, your attitude dictates whether something's going to be a success or not. And a lot of people can't rein themselves in when they realize they've got the wrong attitude towards something. So I just try and share that with people: courage, perseverance, and then having that right attitude.
Sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does.
Nelson Mandela said that sport has the ability to unite nations, and I think that's what it's done for South Africa. When we stand next to the soccer field when Bafana played, we all won. When the Springboks played, we all won. So this show, I think, is going to give people the opportunity to take part in something that's big and something that's united a nation already in the past. And I think it's going to bring a lot of people together, from different sports, from different cultures, from the extreme sports to the traditional sports. I think it's going to unite all of them, which is what excites me.
Well, I definitely think the growth of this event will be huge. Obviously, first year of anything is, I think that's the make or break. You need to see if people are actually going to sort of bite into it and run with it. But I think sports is so big in South Africa.
The sports show, goodness gracious, man, wants to bring people together who believe in the power of sport, not just in one specific sport or in the victor or in the gold medalist, in the actual human side of what sport has done for our country, for us as human beings. And courage, get the thing going, persevere. It's not going to be the perfect on the first day. And lastly, the attitude. More smiles on your face than frowns, has to be a success.
Everybody does some sort of sport, whether it's playing cricket or hockey or chess or whatever you want to call it. So I think it's going to be a huge success. You know, people are going to find interest in it. They're going to want to come and see. And you know, if you can come to an event and meet your sporting heroes, I think what's better than that? Come ask them the questions on how to improve yourself.
I have had the privilege to actually be a speaker across the world at events similar to what the sports show is also putting together. I was at the outdoor show, which takes place also the beginning of the year in London at the Excel Centre. Again, you're talking about a real experiential environment where a kid who doesn't even know what badminton is actually gets a chance to be on a court, play, and actually see what happens. Apart from just seeing it on a TV screen in a flat format to actually living it. So from the guys who are doing the flips in the motorbikes, the guys we see as way outside of our normal civilized world, these crazy guys doing amazing things, the kids will be able to tangibly get near that. That's what I've seen around the world that shows very similar to this.
The schools are breeding our future sports stars and sports champions. So getting the schools involved and getting the young kids to come and, you know, meet rugby players or myself or whoever, you know, they can come see if this is actually what they want to do. And who knows, maybe one of the sporting stars are going to ignite a spark inside a student and he's going to say, I want to be the next world champion. And he can actually now reach for his dream and actually go for it. So I think it's an awesome initiative. It's great the way they bring the kids and schools involved. And we look forward to seeing the results.
Yeah, for sure. You know, you talk about sport also being so varied. The skills that it takes to compete, let's say, in some of those winter events, the ones where the guys have to shoot and the skiing and all those events combined, for them to actually be able to do that is a skill beyond what a rugby player has to employ on the rugby field. And we need to celebrate all of those because that really makes the world go around. When Fasti and I had rode to New York City, we had landed up in the city, and for the guys who've been there, you'll know it's a hustle and bustle and not madness, but it's manic. I said to Fasti, every 10th person we walk past, every 5th person we walk past is a superstar in their world. I wish I could stop and chat to every single one. It just shows you, people have skills, varying skills, superstars in their own right.
Yeah, you know, it takes courage to be a pioneer. It takes courage to do things out of the ordinary. It takes courage to perform above what is expected of you, you know. And I think it's taken a lot of courage to put something like this together, because even though we're a sport-mad nation, you know, there's no guarantees with something like this. But the right people are involved, the right attitude is there, the right people are saying that we're in this for the long run. It's not a one-off, and you know, if it works, it works. If it does, it does. You know, it's something that's going to build slowly in the first year, but in time, I know that this is going to be a massive show and something that's going to be well known around the world.
There you go. Thank you, guys. Okay, last one. I'm done.
Njengesithembiso-ke sinikeze yonke inhlobo yesport esikhona la ngaphandle. Awubheke nje iwater polo eSoweto, uSandile the volunteer of the year, and hey, that sports show looks really, really good. I can't wait to actually go and visit it at the end of the year.